Hi, I'm Valkorum and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a tips and tricks video on Made Beaver. Alright, let's get started, and please remember to like, subscribe or leave a comment, as it really does help me out. Tip 1. Understanding the multiple financial accounts. Once you start understanding how these work, then this game becomes far easier. In my opinion, this is the hardest part to understand, so I'll do my best to try and explain this to you. Firstly, let's look at your company cash balance. This is located down the bottom screen here. There are only a few ways that this can be impacted. 1. Auctioning furs in your home country, the auto restocking of goods from your home country, trading with the freeman, and purchasing and upgrading your forts. Let's break down these options. The first two options involve a ship that travels once a year between your home country and your fort. Each fort has its own ship, which you can then upgrade. The ship will restock your fort with goods which you then use to sell to traders. This costs you money, and note that you can go into negative money through this action. As you can see, my ship here is about to arrive to one of my forts. So let's see how much money it's going to cost me by restocking goods. Here it comes in. You'll see in our little notification window as well when it arrives. Alright, it's pretty much cost me $25,000 to restock all the goods that I've traded in this fort over the last year. The second part of the ship's action will be to pick up all the furs that you've traded for throughout the year. The ship then takes these furs back to your home country and auctions them. When the ship's in place, you can actually click on it, select cargo, and then you can actually see what furs is actually going to be taken back for auction. Once the ship has returned and the auction has been completed, you will get a notification of how much the furs sold for, and then the funds will be transferred into your company cash balance. As you can see here, my furs sold for $58,000. Another way to impact your company cash balance is to trade with the freeman. My suggestion here is to use the buy and sell all buttons. It might cost you a little bit of money from your company cash balance, but you'll make more money when you auction those furs in your home country. So let's look here. Freeman, sell all, buy all. In this case, I made about $1,000, but sometimes you do lose money. The last way to impact your company cash balance is through forts. Each fort has an upkeep cost, and you can also upgrade and build new forts. But keep in mind that when you build a new fort, there is an extra cost that doesn't happen straight away. After building the fort, you will need to stock that fort with goods so you can trade, and that gets more expensive the bigger fort you build. This also goes for upgrading to a bigger fort. So the next ship that arrives from your home country will drop off more goods, which will cost you more money. Now that we understand how our company cash balance works, it's time to look at the next type of accounts, which I am calling trader accounts. For every single trader at your forts, there is an individual trading account which you have to manage. This trading account is completely separate to your company cash balance, so you will need to treat it differently. When you sell goods to a trader, you get credit in this account, which you can then use to purchase furs. If you purchase furs totaling more than your current credit, then you will go into credit with the trader. If your credit with the trader gets too high, then that can impact your trading. They can either offer you less furs to buy, and if it's too high, they won't trade with you at all. So as good as the buy all and sell all buttons are for trading with the freemans, I found that you shouldn't use the buy all buttons when trading here. Let's walk through how I do my trading. Okay, here I have a trade available with the tribe Timukua. So let's open the trade window and select the trading partner. My first option is to sell all. This is what gives me credit so that I can buy products. So I hit sell all. And as you can see, I've got $7,600 worth of credit with this trading partner. My next step is to then buy all the food and the rations, as this is good for my settlement, for my fort, sorry. Now I then sort by my buy section, sorted by profit. This helps me know where I can make the most money. So if we then hover over the first item, you can see here there's a unit price of $35. There's 15 available, and the total buy is $542. At the moment, the current auction price is $66.68, okay, which is a markup of 84% on the current buy. Now, The further you are away from a ship, the more variance there is in the auction price. The closer you are to your ship arriving, the better the variance is. So in this case, I would spend $500 of my credit, and if I sold it for this price, I'd make $1,000 of cash money in my cash account. So in this case, I want to buy this one. Please note, you can't buy just one or two items. You've got to buy the whole lot. All right. So I've still got $7,000. This is a really crazy one. I've always sold more than I can buy from them. So let's see, the raccoon I can buy for $388. Would make 60% profit on this one. So yeah, I'm going to grab this one. In this case, I'm going to grab all the ones that make profit. So in here, whalebone, the unit price is 76 cents and the current sell price is 67 cents. So I would actually lose money on this one. So even though I'm using credit to buy it, it's actually going to convert it to real money, but I need that real money to buy the goods that I just used to get credit. Okay. So don't buy these non-profit items. Okay. Now you do that for every single trade throughout the year. Tip 2, placing forts. Location, location, location. Before I explain why this is important, let me quickly explain what the tribes and settlements are. There are 319 tribes represented in the game, and they each control an area of land. As you see highlighted here, each different color represents a different tribe. So each tribe are varying in size, and therefore the amounts of furs that they can trade. Settlements are the actual cities in the game. So if we change this over to settlements, you can trade with both tribes and settlements. But the settlements, you want to make sure that you're placing a cabin not close to it, because that will impact your trading. I'll get to that in just a moment. When placing a new fort, there are a couple of things to consider. How close to and how many settlements are nearby, and how many tribes are within the trading radius. Let's grab a cabin and I'll show you what I mean. So we select cabin. If I try to place the cabin close to too many settlements, you can see our fur potential goes down. Get in here, 60. Get in here, I can get to 0%. Obviously that's not great for our fort. But at the same time, you do need to be close to settlements because they're trading partners. One thing to do keep in note though, see the blue circle around our cabin? See the difference that I go from here, 0%, 76, 30. That's because I've got settlements within that blue radius, and that severely impacts my fur. You also want as many tribes as possible in your trading radius, the green circle. If you only have one tribe, that means your trading opportunities will be far less, and that can lead to your fort not being profitable. So if we switch over to the tribe view, if we went to put a fort over here, you can see our fur potential, 99, I think you can get it to about 100, yes. But we're only going to have one tribe in our circle. So we're not going to have very many opportunities to trade. If I went down and just looked at a location down here, I can get a fur potential of 94 around this area. But look how many more tribes I have in this radius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if you count OFO. So the trading opportunities are going to be far greater here. Tip 3, auto pause is your friend. I cannot recommend highly enough that you should turn on auto pause. This will pause your game every time one of your forts has a new trade. The details will appear in your notification window that you've got a new trade. Then the game will pause. This is awesome because if you miss a trade, then that impacts your reputation with that tribal settlement, which can lead to, I think it says, minus 5% on your reputation, which is massive. And it also means you potentially miss out on your only way to make money with that trade. I hope that these tips and tricks have been useful. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, as it really does help me out.